Okay. Hey everyone, Anderson Cifola here to discuss my short film, I Got It. This is my first short film. It's the first one where I am writer, director, editor, and main actor, among other things. And this video is meant to go fully in depth into the film and discuss pretty much everything about it. Behind the scenes mishaps, planning the movie, deleted scenes, a whole bunch of other stuff, Easter eggs and little details. And then at the end of this video, I will be showing you guys a bunch of bloopers from making the film. This is not going to be one of my usual videos where there's a lot of flashy edits. This is just me and you, and I'm discussing my short film. It's very weird for me to not only do this kind of uncut video, but also just to say that I made a film. But yes, that is what's happened. I made a film, and I'm here to discuss it. Sorry, this is very awkward off the start, but the film is kind of an awkward film. If you haven't seen it already, it is also on YouTube. I will link it wherever I can link it. And yeah, the movie is about me procrastinating about a school project. So I have a lot of notes right here with me, and I'm just going to go through them in however long this video is. Excuse me. So this is my final project for my advanced film class in college. And the assignment was just to make a film. It didn't really matter requirements on the what kind of story you could tell or how it's made, or yada yada yada. It's the whole thing was just about the experience of making a film. So we could write about whatever we wanted. And so I tend to do this thing that I personally like to call aiming for the stars, even though I'm 5'9". I tend to think really big when it comes to bigger projects, get a little ambitious with myself, and sometimes that falls flat on its face, which I will actually discuss later. But I did not want to trap myself into that this time around, because there was a time constraint of getting the film done by the end of the semester. So I just thought to myself, what could I write a movie about that I actually feel strongly about in that short amount of time. So I just thought of what's something that's that I feel like I kind of have something to say on, and something that personally affects me, that being procrastination. I've suffered with procrastination literally all my life. Since I was in single digits, I was procrastinating about elementary school work. And when you know it, I turned 21 in a few months, and I'm still at it. It's sometimes very it's very annoying and crippling sometimes, I would say. But sorry. I'm not used to doing full uncut videos like this. But I took my experience with procrastination and made a movie about it. And so yeah, I'm just going to be discussing the movie scene by scene, and I'm gonna pause it, just talk about a bunch of general stuff involving the scene, and then we're gonna move on to the next, all the way to the end. Hooray! Let us get started. Yeah, so that's the last time I let someone in front of me in New York City.
Hey, did you get started on your research topic already?
I completely forgot about that, actually.
Okay, well, you should probably get started on that.
Yeah, you're right. I should do that. But it's fine. I got it. All right. 30 seconds in, got a few things to talk about here. This scene was the first official day of filming that, along with the other thing, I'll get back to later. And so I did I'm not huge on the idea of like it has to be filmed chronologically, as in like you film one scene and you film the very next scene. I'm not big on that idea. But this just fit very smoothly into my schedule around that time, just to film this first. This is but you can see in the credits there are a lot of camera operators in this. When I presented the film in front of my film class, one person made a big point about there was a lot of camera operators in there. And yeah, it was the people who could, when I couldn't hold to the camera myself, I really just asked whoever was around and available to hold the camera for me. So right now behind the camera is my good friend Carrie Ann Bassett, and she does do more camera operating later on in the film. This is Quentin Hill right here. Let me get a better shot of him. He's really great. He was in my film class, and I asked him like only a few days before we shot this if he was okay with doing it, and yeah, he was completely on board. He just had to leave like in the like when I'm doing this scene right here, he's gone. He had to leave a little bit after we were done with him. Also, the first take of this, we only did 2 takes of this. The first take we couldn't use because there was a bus that drove by behind the camera. Yeah, there's a bus that comes to this building. It came by right as we were doing the first take, and I was like, well, diggity dang it. And so that one was basically unusable. Also, we got stopped so many times in between the first and second take by people from film class, people that Quentin knew, people that I knew, and just a bunch of people that wanted to talk to it. This was like right after the class got out, so we were just talking with a bunch of people that like walking by off to other buildings or off to their cars and whatnot. And it was cold out there. I don't remember how cold it was, but I was just annoyed a bit watching Quentin talk to like 3 other people over here, and me and Carrie Ann are just like patiently waiting in the cold. Nothing against you, Quentin, and nothing against anyone that came by to talk or whatever. It was cold and we were trying to film something. This joke that I say right here, that's the last time I let someone in front of me in New York City, that is a family joke. I don't want to get into the entire story right now because I already have a lot to discuss, but the gist of it is my little brother got lost in New York City, partially because I let a little family in front of me on the subway stairs. So Yeah, last time I let someone in front of me in New York City. It's a very funny story. If you want to hear the whole story, then uh, get married to me and come to family gatherings. I don't know. Let me fix. There we go. Uh, do 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 do. Okay, I think we're cool to move on. Hello, cats. Wait, I should probably look into that assignment. Update. Haven't played that game in a while. Now I kind of want to play it. Okay. 10:30 or tomorrow. Okay. Should be good. Okay. Quite a bit to talk about here. This first shot right here after the also the title card that is on Microsoft Word, and so are all the credits, aside from like the one at the very end. But anyways, this shot right here with the cats, not planned at all. I just wanted a scene of me walking into the house. The orange cat Blaze was kind of like right here, so I was thinking, hey, maybe I can get a shot of me petting him and walking by. And the white one, Snow, was walking up a bit as I was walking out the door. And this is the first take, the first and only take. I walk in and they just so happen to be sitting that perfectly. First time they do something that good in their life. As a joke. That is a joke. But usually they are doing nonsense things like clawing under my door, ripping up the toilet paper, knocking over stuff on the kitchen counter, yada yada yada. So yeah, very good job, cats, for that shot right there. This shot, the what someone in my film class referred to as an eagle eye shot, that is just my phone on the ceiling fan right there. This was one of the first when I thought of this entire film, basically. I was also thinking of a few shots that I could do and how I wanted to do that. And this was one of the first things I thought of, which was a little frustrating to me because, I've been making videos and doing camera stuff for like pretty much 10 years at this point, and I never once thought to put my phone on the ceiling fan to get this cool kind of shot. For that. But this is also at 0.05 on the camera, so I don't think I could have achieved the same kind of wide angle with an iPhone 6 that couldn't do that, obviously. 32 days till it's due. 32 days till it's due. Sorry. It's just an arbitrary amount of days that I picked. Usually I do actually procrastinate about these kind essays that have like long you have a long time to do them, so a month till the essays due is a usual thing for me, where I like attempt to start it and then all the way to the very end of the film where I don't start it until the last few days. There was actually a deleted scene of where I initially wanted to have this bit of text pop up. It was going to be a bit right before this with the cats, where I just roll my car into the garage and the bit of text pops up. I will show that right here. And so yeah, that's how I initially wanted the movie to go after the title card. But I didn't film that car scene until after I presented a cut of the movie to my film. I did not present this final cut to my film class. I presented a cut to the film class. And I filmed the car scene after the presentation. And so this is just where I initially put it, just to put it somewhere in the presentation cut. And I ended up liking it right here. And the car scene before seeing the walkway and the cats, it just didn't feel right to me at that point. So yeah, that's how those things go. Shotgun Farmers. I pulled up Steam just to see whatever game had an update at the time, and Shotgun Farmers had an update. So that's how that went. I also just thought, Shotgun Farmers would be a very funny kind of specific game to pick to put in here. Shout out to Shotgun Farmers and everyone that makes that. So right here, this shot was filmed on my dad's phone, right over there, actually, a little corner over there. And there was a bit of a miscommunication to myself right here. So here you will see that I pull out my phone from my pocket, but at the same time, this is my phone. This is the phone that is recording me right here. So for that shot, I took this phone that I'm recording right now and just replaced it with that. Phone mishap, a bit confusing. Sorry, but that's how it is. And so I needed a phone to put back into my pocket. And so I grabbed this phone and I like lowered it a little bit so that you can only see the top bit of it as I'm putting it away. And also, as I was editing, I did notice that you could see the reflection of my phone in my glasses. So I had to edit that a bit so you can almost never see it. But yeah, phone mishaps. Hooray. For some reason, I didn't think of having my dad's phone record me right here. But, that's just how it goes. And also, just so everyone knows, this film is almost entirely shot on iPhones. Several different versions of iPhones. There's only one shot, two shots, one little scene that wasn't filmed on iPhones, and it was filmed on a different smartphone. It was filmed on a Samsung Galaxy A15, and that will come up later. But for now, let us move on to the next scene. Okay, few things to discuss. Right here, this is shot on my dad's phone. Again, this was after the previous thing. This was a day after I shot the previous thing on my dad's phone. I was a little smart this time. You could say, but you don't have to say. This was early in the morning. I did like actively want with my hair. I did actively want, like, people say bedhead, and so I just didn't mess with my hair when I woke up, and then I immediately went downstairs and was like, hey Dad, can I borrow your phone for a scene? And then I did the scene, and then I actually fixed my hair. La da da dee. Right about. Oh, I misjudged. Right here. These next 3-4 shots. These were done by my grandma Jody. Behind the camera on her phone too. For some reason, her phone, I had to adjust the colors a lot, because for some reason they appeared very differently on Premiere. And so, yeah, this scene right here, I am blocking the oven time. The time on the oven, like right here. I didn't want to show the time because this was like 1 p.m. and I didn't really, I wanted this whole thing to feel like it was like not too long from each other, and so, like, this is clearly like when I'm waking up, and I'm not waking up at noon, so I don't want it to show like not too long after like noon or something like that. This part right here where I'm listening to metal song. This song is called Well Deep in Hell, performed by Eclipsed, written by one of Carrie Ann's friends, Thomas. I don't want to try and pronounce the last name. I'm so sorry. I don't even want to try and mispronounce that. There are a few names later that I also don't want to even try and mispronounce. So yeah, this was a song that Thomas made and released in 2020. And my friend Carrie Ann, she sent it my way when it came out. I thought this song. Well, she sent me the entire album because she actually did the cover art for the album. Well, she sent the whole album my way, and I thought this one song, "Well Deep in Hell," was really cool, and I kept it. And for the scene, I needed a song to play, and so I was thinking to myself, what song could I play where I could very easily get the permission of the artist? And I immediately thought of "Well Deep in Hell." I asked Carrie Ann to ask Thomas. Thomas said yes, and voila, the scene is in the movie. But Thomas did not respond by the time that I actually filmed the scene. And I was worried, I didn't want to film the scene with the song and then have to redo the scene with a different song later on if he said no. So what I did was I filmed another scene that day of me playing video games, and the alarm goes off while I'm playing games. That scene was obviously deleted from the movie, but here it is. So there it is, but thankfully Thomas did say yes, and so I got to use the scene that I wanted in the film. I got a little rainbow elbow right here. Um, my pets really wanted to get in the scene and annoy me. They were like clawing at this door a bit. If you don't know, along with the two cats, I also currently live with three small dogs. So so having 5 bits of 4 paws running around the house all the time, making all the noises and knocking over all the stuff is very fun when I'm trying to film a scene with just myself in my own house. Um, do 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 do. I'm changing the day on that, and yeah, I think we are good to move on. Topic. Just think of a topic. Okay. This scene in the car is the what I was talking about. The only time where it was shot on a non iPhone. This being a Samsung Galaxy A15. This is Carrie Ann's phone, and obviously Carrie Ann is behind the camera here. Um, this just so happened to be a day that we were hanging out, and so I was like, excuse me, Carrie Ann, can we film some shots for my movie? And thankfully she said yes. She really didn't have to, but thankfully she did, and I got to do this scene in the car and also film a few scenes in Cary Regional Library. I'd only been to I'd only been to this library once or twice before. So when I was thinking of scenes for the movie, I thought, oh, I could use that library for a scene because that library is a really cool space and very convenient for trying to focus on an assignment. Um, this little entrance room right here. This is not outside. This the little entrance room between outside and actually inside. It is so loud in here. Like the fan is just blaring. And it's a little funny to me that this room right here is so loud, but obviously when you get in, it's a library, so it's very quiet. Um, this is Carrie Ann's laptop. This is not my laptop. Um, and Carrie Ann was uh, laughing about the fact that you can see her stickers on her laptop. So yeah, if you want to make fun of her for this, go right ahead. When we picked out this spot to record, um, I only realized then that I probably should have the laptop with me when I'm doing this scene. And so we went back and we did this scene again, but obviously you can see I have the laptop right there for that. And also, the first take of this was filmed on the complete opposite side of the room. I liked that when we did it. But after we redid this, I looked back and with this shot right here, you could see like Carrie Ann. For this shot, Carrie Ann is like right to the left of the camera. For the other side of the room, she was to the right of the camera, but you could see her in the reflection. So I just thought that was really funny. This is not my laptop. I'm looking at headphones. I trip on the table. That was completely on accident. That's just a random book that I picked out from the library. What we did was me and Carrie Ann came to the library when the sun was still out or when it was still daytime, and we picked this spot. We filmed all this initial stuff right here, and then we said we'll come back at nighttime and film the ending bit of the library scene. And we were like we were really hoping that that this seat would not be taken up when we got back, but it was. And so I migrated to a different seat, and I just filmed another thing where I'm just walking around the library. All the stuttering is coming out for this uncut video. Sorry about that. Maybe I'll get better at this if I do another film discussion video. Who knows? I did take my jacket off in one scene and then put it back on right here. That wasn't intentional, but I just thought that was fine and a little bit funny. And so I think that was it for what I wanted to say there. Moving on. I don't have to do much. Just think of a topic. I can do that. I can do that. All right, quite a bit to discuss here. The Professor Bird, that is Stephen Bird, who was my advanced film teacher, the one that assigned me to do a short film as a final project. So thank you. So as a thank you and a shout out to Mr. Bird, I put him as the professor for this assignment. Even though later I show it as like a general psychology assignment, and he doesn't teach that. So, and then there's this one bit where I show a bunch of still shots of me having fun. And not doing the essay, of course. So, these next two pictures are like real pictures that were already taken and not made for the film specifically. But I thought, since they were so genuine, I wanted to include something genuine. So I asked the people that were in the pictures, and they said, yeah, it was cool. This picture is me and my friends Liam and Luke, bowling. Both of them actually come back as camera operators later in the film. And yeah, we're just out having fun at bowling. This is my friend Ian and I at a small venue seeing a metal show. It was Possessed, Creator, and Testament performing in one show at this one location, and we just snapped a picture in between Possessed and Creator. So thank you to Ian for letting me use the picture. It's just me getting gas. These gas prices nowadays, huh? Whoa, missed it. This is a picture that I snapped quickly at Thanksgiving. And so this this is not my plate. This was my Grandma Jody's plate, Baba. I don't know if I said before, holding the camera during the next day portion. I don't know. I don't remember if I said Grandma Jody or Baba. But this is my Grandma Jody. We call her Baba in the family. She's credited as Jody Saffola. But this is her plate. And just at Thanksgiving, I just quickly beep, beep, snapped a shot right before we were about to eat. And this shot is my brother Aiden behind the camera. I was driving him to I was driving him somewhere, and I thought the way the directions I thought we were going to be going on the highway, but it took a long time before we got to the highway. And so I saw this big open area, and I was quickly to my brother, who was sitting in the car, just hey, do you want to help me with my short film with as little effort as possible? And he said, what do you want? And then just filmed out the window for a bit, and it actually came out perfect. I don't mind the glare of the sun. I actually kind of like that. And you could interpret it as someone actually taking a video out there, because this is kind of meant to be in between the month before. I think it was December 9th. I said that the assignment was due, and so this Thanksgiving break, and so driving out the window to Thanksgiving fun times. And speaking of driving, next scene is me driving down the road. Luke is behind the camera. Luke Goss is behind the camera right now. And so I was just driving down the road, and I slam the wheel. I say, fuck. I don't normally, curse too much myself in my own videos, but I just thought that would be a funny thing to do. You could see on the screen with the Bluetooth audio, it's Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. I thought that was funny to put there. But that was also, just a little fun fact, apparently my most played song of the year. So, W. Kendrick. The reveal that I shaved. So I did, when I was planning it out, I thought it would be a really cool idea to, like, as it progresses, it goes from, my full fall beard into me having shaved it off. So not only did I have the time constraints of getting the assignment done before the semester was over, but also I put extra time constraints on myself by having all the previously seen scenes be filmed when I had a beard, and I couldn't go back on that when we were done with that, so that I could shave and do the rest from there. Anything I want? Oh yeah, the shower bit. I'm filming this on my phone. The phone that saw earlier, like that I don't usually have right here recording me. More phone confusion. And so I'm filming this with the phone I use all the time, and I'm actually using this phone right here to do the alarm that I go and get and forget about and say shit. And you want to add some more phone confusion to this? In between this shot and this shot right here, I actually switched phones. I traded in the phone that I had, which was to record all of this, except for the bits where it's not my phone, obviously. I traded in that phone, which was an 11. I traded it in for a 16, which was what was used to film the rest of this. Okay. I think that's good. I'm excited to talk about this next bit.
Shit.
I am the mean judge on this show, and I say you have no talent. I'm the reason people watch this show.
I haven't even eaten dinner yet. Okay. No, okay. I can do 2 paragraphs and then go do dinner, and then I can eat dinner while I'm doing the other paragraphs and editing. Okay. Lot to discuss here. I will start with this little mock talent show that I show on my TV screen. This was a scene that was filmed in 2022, believe it or not. It was filmed for a very ambitious project of mine that ultimately fell through. Again, that reaching for the stars, even though I'm 5'9", kind of thing. And so I was very disappointed that that project fell through, especially considering this was like one of the only things that was shot for it. But I kept the footage, seeing as how I could the way I incorporated it into this was pretty much almost exactly the same as how I was going to incorporate it into the previous project. And so I was like, I could very much do the same thing with a different project. And I ended up doing so. 2 years later, I'll actually show a high quality version of this and not, not so great quality from a TV screen.
I am the mean judge on this show, and I say you have no talent. I'm the reason people watch this show.
I love that. So this was filmed with the advanced theater class at my high school in the theater trailer. The teacher. I'm sorry. It's just a funny thing to scroll to. The teacher, Miss Ashlyn Hayes, was so very kind to one, allow me to do this, and also eat at her class time. But this was at the very end of the semester, almost the very end of the semester. So, I would assume that not much was going on, but still, I'm very gracious that she allowed me to eat at her class time for this, and also gracious to my civics teacher for allowing me to come in late that day. I mean, we were just watching a movie, if I remember correctly. We were just watching a movie in the civics class, so I don't think he would have cared for that. So Miss Ashanti Barnes as the contestant in the credits. She is singing A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman, which is a movie I have yet to see, and I know a lot of people that are gonna go at that. Even though, actually, A Million Dreams, funny enough, was a song that me and Ashanti sang as part of our mixed choir in high school. The beginning choir class in high school. We sang A Million Dreams at a chorus concert. And so I did not tell her to do that song in particular. I just told her, you're just going to go up there and sing a song for a bit and be quickly cut off. I told her she could sing whatever she wanted, and she just so happened to pick A Million Dreams, which I thought was really cool. Again, Miss Ashlyn Hayes, credited as the judge. She's, very cool. She had her lines pulled up on her laptop right here. Since she only had she's the only one that actually had specific lines that I wanted her to say, and so she had them pulled up right there. Finger wagging, and then we have the rest of the advanced theater class right here. This is Alexandria, Jory, Cherilise, Jayla, Anoki, and Amina right here. Do audio. Amina actually, her being the more exaggerated audience member, that is an interesting thing behind it. So initially, she was not going to do that. Initially, I had someone else that I wanted to do that part. Someone that I worked with on a few different things in high school, named Priscilla. But she didn't show up that day, and so when I saw that, I was like, "Oh shucks, what I do now?" And so if I remember correctly, this is what happened. This just so happened to excuse me. This just so happened to be the day where yearbooks were given out, and so when everyone was like staring at their yearbooks and talking to each other and whatnot, I think this is what happened. I sat down. I took a vibe check. I picked Amina. I think that was it. I don't remember exactly why, but in whatever way she got me to pick her. She knocked it out of the park with her exaggerations. Tomato, lame. She was very funny, and also everyone in this bit was improving completely. This was the second take, and after we got it all figured out, and everyone is improving here. I commend everyone and their talent, their improv talents, and that's another funny thing to pause at. You could actually see that Jayla is like either cracking herself up or laughing at Amina. But yeah, completely improv, and everyone involved did great. I'm very happy that I finally get to use this footage, and very happy that something from that project that I put a lot of thought into, some part of it survived. But anyways, back to the actual film. So this shot right here. Oh, also one more thing I forgot to say. Ashanti sings "Every Night I Lie in Bed," and right before she does that, I'm lying in bed. This is the part where you laugh or go, ah. Again, I'm sorry for being awkward, but right here, this shot and a couple other shots in the crunch time montage. Liam Carlson is behind the camera. Liam, I went bowling with before, and he was very cool. I asked him the day before if he could do this, and he was very up for it. So thank you, Liam, for that. This was the fourth attempt at getting a shot that I wanted on my bed. I didn't get the shot exactly how I wanted before he got there, and so we were just like fumbling about for a bit before I landed on this this being the shot that I want for me, just laying down in the bed. And then we have another eagle eye shot. The other eagle eye shot before the ceiling fan was moving. That just what was happening when I put my phone on the ceiling fan. In that first eagle eye shot, it was all moving all the time. There wasn't a bit where it would just stay still for some reason with that phone on it. But this time was basically the same thing. But I got it to actually stay still for a bit in a shot that I really liked. So I very quickly was like, I gotta do this now. Do it now. Do it now. And it worked out exactly how I wanted. And then right here with me like planning out how I was going to do the assignment in 5 hours. This is like legitimately what I say to myself. Like I'm gonna do 2 paragraphs and then go eat dinner and then finish up. That's literally the thing that I've done several times in the past. And yeah, just another a bit of it being an extra personal film for me, and putting a lot of myself and my procrastination experiences into this. And I think we move on to the last bit of the film. And then go do dinner, and then I can eat dinner while I'm doing the other paragraphs and editing. Could spell. Yes. Come on. There. Man. That was easier than I thought it would be. What was I worrying about? I had that. All right. Last bit of stuff to discuss. Like I said, some of the shots during crunch time, like this. Well, this one obviously, but a few other like still handheld shots were done by Liam. Some of them were handheld and others were tripod. Because for the ones that Liam was holding, I wanted the handheld feel for those specific shots there. Yada yada. There was a bit when I was after Liam helped me with the shots that he did. He went home and I filmed the rest on my own. And when I was filming on my own, there was one bit where I thought of a shot of me turning on the computer, and like literally as I'm about to turn on the computer in the scene, I realized that the computer was on already going into the scene, and so I was like, "Ah, oh, dang it!" I had to go set up a completely different shot. There is an actual deleted scene from this of me showing the essay that I was actually typing. If I want to show it, then here it is. The essay that was on the screen was an actual essay that I wrote for a completely different class, not film or psychology. I think it was an English class. I wrote a paper on prisoners' rights, and so that was the paper right there. I chose not to include it because that was another shot that was filmed after I presented the presentation cut, and people there said that it was that the scene worked fine without showing what the essay, like the progression on the essay, and also I just didn't feel like having discussion of the film actually be what the essay was about. So that's why I chose not to include that. This picture right here, this picture has a funny story to it. So this picture has been on the floor right here for years. This was a picture that I took from my first college that I went to that actually shut down. And so to get back at them a bit, I took this picture. I didn't actually steal this picture. It was in my apartment. And just no other roommates wanted it. And so I took it. It was not property of the college. But it was just like on the floor right there for years. And it was actually on the floor right here in a previous shot. And I thought to myself, hey, what a cool thing to show progression of time than to show that the picture is now hung up. And also just another thing about procrastination. I've been procrastinating about putting that picture up for years at this point. You could see in the previous shot, it was little coat, hoodie, hanger, whatever, for its time on the floor. But funny enough, I put this picture up. You could actually see it's hung up right here in the TV shot too. And funny enough, as I'm setting up one of the last shots that I did that night, the picture fell off the hanger. I guess the picture just really likes it on the floor, and so what I did was I quickly put the picture back up. I did this shot, and then I waited to see if it would fall again. It did, and so it's just on the floor. It's continuing to be on the floor over there. I guess I'll have to go get a different kind of hanger or whatever. Obviously the chicken nuggets were like actually made in the oven right here. Also, that is actually December 9th. I just remembered that was the day that I said I said on the paper that was when the essay was due. And so I just thought to myself, what if I record a scene, two scenes where I just show passage of time on the day and like leading up to midnight. And so that's what I did. Any audio nerds will probably have noticed immediately that like right around here is when the you can tell that there's a switch in microphones. All the previous stuff in this little montage, the audio was from the phone. But this bit right here, with the time and also submitting the project, this was the only time when audio was recorded on my Blue Yeti my Blue Yeti microphone that I use all the time. My U Yeti microphone. And so, yeah, and also everything else, the audio is just from the phone cameras. Um, and do 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 do. The feeling of the essay being really easy to do. That's another thing that comes with my experiences with procrastination. Um, there's been quite a few times where I've written an entire essay in 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, and ended up getting an A or B on, and like, obviously, in the moment, like after I submitted, I was like, that was so easy. What was I worrying about? That's a real thing that I have experienced, and I just thought that was a very funny. That would be a very funny way to cap off the film, and also to have the bit right before the credits where it says, where I say, I had that. No, I didn't. And then we get into the credits, which I'm not gonna show all of them before talking about it. I do want to say a few things. The song playing here is And Can It Be That I Should, recorded by my cousin Jeremiah Safola. Thank you to him for letting me use the song. This name right here in the presentation cut, I misspelled it a bit by one letter and an E instead of an A right here. I was real facepalm moment when I figured out, hey, that's not spelled correctly. And then one more thing is that there is a deleted post-credit scene for this, which I will show right now. Oh, hi. It's December 10th, and I just started editing. Yippee! Right. So even though I do really like that as a post credit scene, and you can see that the special thanks is shifted a bit during that, and after the scene you can see Adriana Weldon came up in the special thanks, because that post credit scene idea was her idea. I thought it was very funny, and I included it in the presentation cut for her to see. But ultimately, I decided to remove it from the final cut just because it felt a bit too wink wink nudge nudge kind of a thing at the very end of this. And it felt right when I was presenting it, and everyone got a really big laugh out of it. But it just didn't feel right, like thinking it over as I was putting my finishing touches. Also, I say I started editing on December 10th. That objectively hits really differently when I'm presenting on December 12th, as opposed to seeing it on YouTube on December 28th and beyond. So yeah, that is why I removed that end credit scene. And obviously the last bit right here, this is the only bit of the credits that's not on Word. This is just the default text on Premiere. I just wanted a cool bit where it switches from black text on white background to white text on black background. And obviously this is longer than this bit with this, the title card is longer than it was in the presentation cut, which I just showed you guys. So anyways, that is my first short film titled I Got It. The whole thing, it ended up being a lot more comedic than I expected. I initially went into it like thinking, yeah, there were going to be a few funny bits, but it was going to be more serious than the usual stuff that I post onto YouTube. But it ended up being more uncomfortable funny than I initially expected. And I don't mind that at all, and I kind of like it. Because it is like the point of the film was to relay this uncomfortable experience, and specifically talk a bit about how I handle it and all, and very awkward. Some could say boring, if they have ADHD and just want like constant dopamine and yada yada yada. But not to shade ADHD people. I probably have ADHD. At least a few people say that. I'm not officially diagnosed. But also ADHD leads into procrastination, as I'm told. So maybe, who knows? But anyways, enough of me yapping. I promised some bloopers at the end of this, and so as a treat for sticking around this long, here they are.
Got yourself centered.
Is every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill
Oh,
my
Miss
head.
We were doing the thing. just like 5 or so seconds after she started, just go like. Oh.
Hold it down there. Is every night I lie.
Okay.
I can't look at Miss I can't look at you.
This is on me.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was paying for my daughter's bill. Okay. I am the mean show on this. What? I'm the reason people watch this show.
That's great. Yay! Yay from the taste.
Thank you for allowing me to have my lines up on my computer.
Wait, do we need two in the back too?
No, right here. No, not a shot, not to you.
Do you want Ominous to be our angry friend?
Oh yes.
No! You guys be passionate about a subject.
Okay. You're all the very reactionary audience booing Miss Hayes for being mean.
What the heck?
Boo. Exactly.
Tomato, tomato, tomato. Lame, throw tomatoes.
Exactly.
Tomato, tomato, tomato. Lame! She put in all this work. All this work. Seriously? Get Ashanti's name out your mouth.
That was great. That's how I learned I shouldn't let anyone in front of me in New York City.
Well, hey, have you gotten started on your research topic already?
We're just gonna.
The bus.
Huh?
Background. The bus.
Greetings.
For them to give me a list of like, they don't want to be so obvious as that. Hey, like, your favorite movie is
That was a very Gen Z smirk.
weird or whatever. Oh, could you let me know when you start recording so I can...
I just did.
Okay.
It's fine. I got it.
I like the pause.
It's gonna be loud. Sorry.
Stop or keep going?
Keep going. They're not happy. You little booger.
You're at 2 minutes. You don't care?
I don't care, no. It's called editing, babes. Put in spectator. I'd like to be in a thing where I'm like actively doing something. There we go. I've been blocking the time on here the whole time, right? Okay. You can talk when I'm talking to you. Do 1 or 2 more times. Never mind. This is take 2 of the gaming shot because of the lens flare right there from my room light. How fun. You recording just in case I want the audio. All this because Thomas hasn't responded yet. Snow, if you want to get in the shot, you can, but just don't
knock over the camera.
I know cats. That should be good. I looked at the camera. That's too fast. Why did it not move? If it could just stay still, that would be awesome. But no, it has to move. I'm recording this on my dad's phone. After I went to get his phone, I tripped over my cat going up the stairs because he ran up the stairs right next to me because he thought it was food time. If only cats can actually tell time.
Oh, you pressed the record button. Now we shut the computer down to do it again. Fuck! Okay, you can stop recording. Oh!
Day 3. I don't know where I am. I'm losing my mind right now. Everything's just a blur. Are we in the Matrix? Is this all real?
If everything is a blur to you, then you really should get glasses.
This strange man's talking to me.
I'm not strange.
I don't even know how I got here.
You got in my car of your own free will.
I don't even remember this.
Well, I don't want my headphones to fall.
Bloopers.
This phone case does not like this. I'm looking at the TV, I'm smiling, and then
We're as happy as can be.
just like try to keep it like that when it comes. There's a cat at my door.
We have fun here.
What was I worrying about? I had that.
Acting.
Doing this angle like this because the Living Arts Apple picture fell down. Come on. I have to do this again because I realized the picture was in frame right there. One more time because this guy wasn't set up like he was supposed to be. All right. This is the second time I'm doing this because I didn't press record before. And that is the end of the bloopers, and that's the end of this big discussion video. Again, for my first short film, I got it. If you haven't watched it yourself, again, ooh, my alarm went off. Funny thing to do at the end of all this. If you haven't watched it yourself, it is also on YouTube. Again, link it wherever I can link it. And yeah, I really enjoyed making this film. Again, weird for me to say I made a film, but I did. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for watching the film if you have, whether you like it or not. And yeah, I'll see you guys again in another discussion video for whatever my next film will be. If I make another next film, that is. Okay.